Once, you were a warm and open person. You loved with all your heart, believed in promises, and saw vulnerability as a bridge to build genuine connections. For you, love was about giving trust without hesitation. However, ever since that incident of betrayal that shattered the foundation of your trust, whether it was a painful affair, a lie you believed to be true, or a disappointment that struck you at your weakest point, everything changed. Slowly and unconsciously, you became an avoidant. This wasn't a choice, but a defense mechanism you were forced to build. You traded your open heart for high walls. Because experience taught you the harshest lesson: intimacy is a trap, and vulnerability is a path to pain. How that trauma has shaped your current behavior, its impact on new relationships, and the internal war you continue to fight. The fortress built after trust was destroyed. After experiencing relationship trauma, a person builds a fortress to ensure the same wound is never inflicted again. Avoidant behavior is the tangible form of that fortress. Hyperindependence as a shield, they deeply glorify self-sufficiency. This is no longer about "I can do it myself," but "I must do it myself." Depending on a partner in the past proved to be a source of disappointment. So now they view dependency as a fatal weakness. They find it difficult to ask for help and feel uncomfortable when a partner offers assistance. Maintaining emotional distance when a relationship gets serious. Ironically, the greater the potential for happiness in a new relationship, the greater their fear. When a new partner shows genuine seriousness and intimacy, their internal alarm goes off. This is a danger signal that triggers them to pull away both physically and emotionally, because closeness is associated with future betrayal. Investigation and looking for flaws. As a defense mechanism, they will unconsciously test or look for faults in their new partner. They become vigilant detectives, searching for signs of lies or inconsistencies. This isn't because they dislike their partner, but because their subconscious is trying to prove the belief that everyone will eventually be a disappointment. Difficulty trusting good intentions, compliments, affection, and promises from a new partner are always met with skepticism. In their mind, there's always a question: what do they really want? Or how long will this last? They struggle to accept genuine love because experience has taught them that love often comes with a hidden agenda or an expiration date. From betrayal to a relationship blueprint. Unlike an avoidant pattern formed in childhood, this pattern is the result of traumatic learning in adulthood. The experience of being cheated on or lied to fundamentally damages one's basic assumptions about love and trust. Trust as something dangerous. Trauma teaches a cruel lesson. To trust someone completely is to give them the power to destroy you. As a result, trust is no longer seen as the foundation of a relationship, but as a risk to be avoided. Vulnerability was a mistake. They blame their own past vulnerability for the pain they suffered. "If only I hadn't been so open," or "if only I hadn't loved so much," becomes an internal excuse. Therefore, in a new relationship, they promise themselves never to make the same mistake of showing their fragile side. The cycle of self-sabotage. They long for a healthy relationship, but their behavior pushes it away. When they push a sincere partner away, and that partner eventually gets tired and leaves, their belief that all relationships are bound to fail is confirmed. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Punishing someone for another's mistakes. The effects of this pattern are highly destructive to new relationships that have the potential to be healthy. For the new partner, they feel as if they are constantly being audited and are never good enough. They become frustrated because their sincerity is always met with suspicion. They are loving someone who seems to have one foot out the door, ready to run at any moment. For the wounded individual, a constant war rages within them. One side yearns for the warmth and connection they've lost, while the other, triggered by trauma, screams for them to run for safety. They are trapped in a prison of their own making, longing for the view outside, but too afraid to step out. A wound response, not a choice. It is crucial to see this trauma-born avoidant behavior not as a character flaw, but as a deep wound response. It is a self-protection strategy that was once necessary to survive excruciating pain, but has now become a barrier to future happiness. Healing doesn't begin with finding the perfect partner, but with confronting and processing past trauma. And learning once again that trusting someone is not a fatal risk, but an act of courage.